guys, this week we are doing some holiday songs, so we're starting with Bobby Helms' Jingle Bell Rock. So let's get to the little intro riff and then we'll get started on the rest of the song. So the opening riff starts off with a bunch of two-note chords, and the first one's going to have you sliding up to the 14th and 15th frets on the first and second string. And you're going to play that shuffle pattern that we're doing. So it's, or you can play down, up, down, or down, down, down. Slide up to the 14th and 15th, and then you're gonna slide to just the 14th and 14th. So if you want to bridge your 14th fret when you play the first little chord, then you can just keep that finger there. Or you can do it like I just did, where you hold it separately and then slide up. It doesn't matter. After you play the first two chords, then it gets into some changes. That's the first few changes, and I'm going to stick in threes because it's sort of like the shuffle. So the first two, and the second chord takes you back to the 14th and 15th on the first and second strings. So you're going to play that chord once, then you're going to pop your pinky or your ring finger down on the 17th fret, and you're going to leave your 15th fret held down on the second string with your middle finger, and you can pull off your first finger if you want. It doesn't matter because your pinky's on the 17th fret. So it's 14 and 15 on the first and seconds, 17th and 15th on the first and seconds, and then you're gonna go to the 15th and 14th on the second and third. So you can hold the whole thing down and never lift your hand if you wish to bridge the 14th. Like that. Those are the first three changes. And as you have your hand on the 14th and 15th on the third and second string, after you switch to it, you'll slide up, hit the chord, hit it again on the 17th fret and the 16th fret on the third and second strings, bend up, and go back down. So you hit it twice, but it's going to sound like three chords as you bend back down, and then you're going to slide. You're going to slide to the, well, it's more like a change, to the 15th on the second and the 16th on the third string after you bend. And then you're going to take your first finger, put it on the 14th fret, and leave your other finger, whichever one you're using, on the 16th fret. That's a little power chord, and then you're going to switch them, invert it, so the 16th is now on the 4th, and the 14th is now on the 3rd. And that's the last chord. So we got the first chord 3 times, the second chord 3 times, and then we got those switches. You get a little vibrato, slide down, and then we play the opening bass riff. And then we start the chords. So let's get to the verses. So after you do the little riff, there's a rest each time you do the walk down riff that I'm about to show you. So rest, and those first two notes are part of that shuffle, as you can see, but then the next two notes are following in the beat. So let me do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. So those last ones are on 3, 4 on the count. So it's open on the 5th, 3rd on the 6th, 2nd on the 6th, open on the 6th. And the last two notes are on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 3, 4. And the first two are with that shuffle pattern, so quickly like that. So after you do the walk down bass riff, we're going to start right into the chords. And that first chord's a D, and it's got your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 1st string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, your 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and your 4th string open, and it's that same shuffle strumming. So it's pretty much down, up the whole time. There are some rests and things like that, but if you miss an upstroke or a downstroke, you still get the general feel for the song. And if you want to emphasize the notes in the vocal melody, you can kind of get more inference to the way the song is supposed to go, and it'll help you learn to sing and play at the same time. So the first chord is the D, and we'll get into the strumming pattern as we go. So it's down, up, and then you're going to switch from the D to a D major 7, and that's simply bridging the 2nd fret on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings and playing the 4th open again. And I just want to point out, every time you switch chords, if you have to miss the last upstroke and switch, it's okay if it has more of a open sound, and it's also okay if you lightly hit it. So each time I change, I'm allowing myself to change, giving the guitar a little breath. So after you switch from the D to the D major 7th, you're going to switch to a D6, which rather than bridging it, you're just going to play the 2nd fret on the 1st and 3rd strings and open on the 2nd and 4th. And you can play however is comfortable for you. And then after the D6, you're going to switch to an F sharp minor. And that's playing all 6 strings. The first 3 chords, you notice we just played the first 4 strings. And then we switch to a full chord, and then it's kind of a difficult thing to do, right? So if you can't play the whole chord, and you can't do what I'm doing, I'll show you how to do it in a second. You can always just play the D major 7th, because I'm bridging those 3 strings as part of the F sharp minor chord. So if it's too difficult to do this, you can just stick with the D major 7th to start. So the F sharp minor is the first 3 strings bridged, like the D major 7, but rather than play the 4th open, you're going to play the 4th fret on the 4th string with your ring finger. You're going to leave the 5th string open. Traditionally, an F sharp minor has the 5th string on the 4th fret as well, but because that note is also in the chord, it's okay to leave this string open. So the 5th string is open, and we're going to wrap our thumb around and get that 2nd fret to play the whole chord. If you can't wrap your thumb around, you can just play open on the 5th, 4th fret on the 4th string, and then bridge 1st, 2nd, and 3rd on the 2nd fret on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. And if you can't do that, then you don't have to play the open. You can play the 4th fret on the 4th string and bridge 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings on the 2nd fret. See, I'm not playing the 5th string, or you can, like I said, just go back to that chord until you're comfortable playing the F sharp minor. So from now on, I will say F sharp minor, but if it's easier for you to play D major 7, then feel free, it'll sound fine when you're singing. So I'll take you back to that F sharp minor from the beginning of the verse. So it's a D, D major 7, D6, F sharp minor, back to the D6, holding the 2nd fret on the 1st and 3rd strings, open on the 4th and 2nd. Back to the F sharp minor. Play an A7 suspended 2nd, which is kind of like an E minor, but you're not going to play the 6th string, and you're going to leave the 5th string open. play an A chord, so you can just go from, and you can play it with a bridge, or if you're comfortable playing it by holding down all three. The A chord is open on the 5th and 1st strings, and you're going to play the 2nd fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. So from the A7 suspended 2nd to the A, you're going to go into the end of the 1st verse, which is an E minor, same pattern, but now we're going to throw in a rest. And you're going to go from E minor to A, back to E minor to A. And the way we do that rest is we're normally doing down, up, right? So this time the rest is where the 2nd down strum would be. Down, up, rest, up, instead of down, up. So the E minor is every string open except for the 5th and 4th strings. We press down on the 2nd fret. So E minor to A with a rest each time. Down, up, rest, up, A. Down, up, rest, up, E minor. Down, up, rest, up, E minor. Now back to the A. And that repeats, so one more time. Then you're going to go to the E7 for a full measure. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And an E7 is the same thing as an E, but we're going to pop up our pinky, or we're going to pop up whatever we're using to hold down the 4th string on the 2nd fret. So that's your E, and that's your E7. So it goes, and I'll start over from the beginning to catch us up to the end of the 1st verse. Rest, E7, now we switch to A7, and we repeat the verse. So the A7 is just an A with your 3rd finger lifted up. So whatever you're using, just lift up your 3rd finger, and don't play the 6th string. So is the A7, and that's another 4 count, down, up, down, up. And then you repeat the verse one more time. Excuse me. Now the 2nd end of the verse goes back to the E minor to A, rest. And now where we normally played the E7 for 4 measures, we're going to play it for a half measure, which is 1 down, up, down, up. Switch to the A7. Switch to a D. Switch to a D7. And that takes us into the pre-chorus. So the 2nd end of the 2nd verse, well, the 2nd ending to the 2nd verse is E7, A7, D, D7. And the D7 is played open on the 4th, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 1st string, which is really just inverting the 2nd string note from a 3rd fret to a 1st fret. But when you switch, the fingers holding the 2nd fret change from your 1st and 2nd fingers to your 2nd and 3rd, and the 1st finger now presses the 2nd string. And now we're going to get into the pre-chorus, so let's get to that. So the pre-chorus starts with a G chord, and we're coming off that D to D7. We're going to go from a G to a G minor, like I just did, but the strumming pattern changes for just 2 measures. So the whole time we're going up and down, with the exception of those rests. We're pretty much going up and down the whole time. When we switch to the pre-chorus from the D to D7, we're going to switch from down, up to down, down, up, down, up. For that first measure. And as we switch from the G to the G minor, we go right back into the shuffle for a little bit, and then we go back to the down, down, up, down, up pattern. This is only for the G to G minor chords. So I'll walk you through that. The G is 3rd fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string, the rest open, and 3rd fret on the 1st string. If it's easier for you to play it like that, that's fine. I'm going to play it like this because it's easier for me. And you're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up when you switch. So it's like that. And the G minor is a bar chord. You're going to bridge the 3rd fret, hold down the 5th fret on the 5th and 4th strings. And as you switch again, it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And as you switch from the G minor, we're going to go into a D, right back to the shuffle pattern. And that's 2 bars, so down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, that's 1. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, that's the 2nd one. So the pre-chorus, the first part is switch to the E, which is 1st fret on the 3rd string, 2nd frets on the 4th and 5th, and then the other 3 strings are open. E7, which is again just lifting the 4th string. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's just 1 measure, and then you're going to go play the A, a little quick staccato, and then you're going to have the rest of that measure is a rest, and then you're going to rest again just like when you do the bass walk down, because that's the next part. So I'll walk you through the pre-chorus, and then we'll get into the chorus, which is very similar to the verses. So starting on the G. E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. And that's the walk down. Now we're going to go into the chorus, which, as I said, is very similar to the verse except for one change. So let's get to the chorus. So now we're going to go into the chorus, and it's very similar to the verse with one minor change, where we would normally play the A suspended 2nd to the A chord, and then go into the ending with the E minor and A rest part. We're going to play a B there, and then it's going to be different through to the end, through to the 3rd verse. And let me just show you how to play the B chord. It's got your second fret on the 5th string, 1st fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, open on the 2nd, and 2nd on the 1st. So that's where the A7 suspended 2nd chord would go. So I'll walk you through the chorus, which is very similar to the verse. You got your D chord, D major 7, D6, F sharp minor, which, if you remember, that's the chord I said you can play as a D major 7, D6, F sharp minor, the B chord for one measure, and if you want to be technical, it breaks from the shuffle pattern just for a bit. Rather than down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's instead of. And that's why when you play this song, if you break from the shuffle pattern, even just a little bit, it's fine. Just if you're trying to sing and play, make sure that you focus on the chord changes more than the strumming, and get those fingerings in the right position. So I'll play through, and if you can't play the B chord the way I've just played it, if you can't switch, You can play a traditional B power chord or B bar chord if you wish. So. And then you're going to switch to a G. Keep the shuffle pattern going. Don't play it like we just did. The pre-chorus is different. In the chorus, we play it just like a shuffle. To the G minor. And then we're going to go to an E7 with that rest vibe to it. Just like that, except rather than going from an E minor to an A, we're going to go E7 to A7. And we're just going to do it one time. Where we do the E minor to A, we repeat it twice. So it's that same vibe. And we're not going to rest with the A7 like we do with the A. We're just going to strum through it. We're only resting with the E7. So the whole chorus to this part is... minor, E7 rest, A7 shuffle, D. And then it goes right back through to the verse, the third verse, which is the D chord. D major 7, D6, F sharp minor, and then it repeats through. So that's this song, and let's play through it one last time together so you can get the hang of it, and thanks for watching. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's the whole song. Watch the chord changes, try to keep up. And if you have any requests, go to social@rawtalentguitar.com and send us an email or visit our website at rawtalentguitar.com. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching.